than 2 years of training, as a 17-year-old, I built an extremely attractive physique, which helps me to attract girls. In today's video, I'm going to give you the muscles you should focus on, the exercises you should do for them, like other gym terms like the rep ranges, how much volume do you need to train in. I'm going to give you my golden rule for diets, my controversial opinion about recovery, and stuff like the body fat percentage you need, and go so on. So let's start with the body parts. We are going to focus like from up, first the neck and the traps. This is the muscle group everyone skips. But if you would see me, like you don't even see my body yet, but you can see just from this picture that I'm a muscular guy. Why? Because I have a little bit of traps and I have like a good neck. Which, just look at that, like I mean yokes. Focus on your neck, your traps, your side delts, which make you look wide, your lats, so the sides of your back, your upper chest, your abdominal region, and your biceps. Am I saying here that you don't need to train legs? No, bro, you still need to train legs. But just focus on these muscle groups if you want to build an aesthetic body. For the neck, we are going to do a neck curl and a neck extension. For the traps, that's just one exercise, and it is shrugs. You could either do it with a Smith machine or a dumbbell. I prefer the Smith machine, but dumbbells are still really nice. Moving on to side delts, just any type of a lateral raise movement. So either a cable, a dumbbell, or a machine lateral raise. I would like play around with them a bit and maybe try 2 in 1 workout. So do like a heavier machine or dumbbell lateral raise for a bit of more of a compound shoulder movement. It could also be an upright row, which is also really good for your shoulders. And then a lighter cable lateral raise at about hip height to really isolate the side delts. Then for our upper chest, so the whole chest is important, but to emphasize our upper chest a little bit, I would say just do flat barbell bench press. It will still give you like overall pec activation. And then combine that with a slight incline chest fly. So here we are still slightly emphasizing the upper part of our chest. If you really want to make your chest even like a bit beefier, you should try to add in dips, but these are not necessary for an aesthetic body. For the sides of our back, so for our lats, we are going to train lat pull downs and single arm rows. So single arm rows, so we have a little bit more stretch. These both really emphasize the lats, the lower lats part of our back, which makes us more wider. For our abdominal region, 2 exercises. We're going to do cable crunches, which just has a better resistance profile than weighted regular crunches or just body weight crunches, or the crunch machine, which is terrible for you, which just makes your oblique so much thicker. And the most important for our abs is going to be any form of a leg raise. So either a knee raises, leg raises, a toes to bar, or a variation of the toes to bar to make it more difficult. Then for our biceps, like look at my biceps. I only do 2 exercises for it, namely the preacher curl and the behind the back bicep curl, so the Bayesian cable curl you could call it. But a lot of bicep growth is due to heavy rowing movements. Also just heavy pull-ups, heavy lat pull-downs. All that extra tension goes towards my biceps. For frequency, try to train each muscle group twice a week and try to train your side delts 3 times a week, because these are a little bit of the smaller muscle groups. So it really depends on what your goals are. If you really do not care about your legs at all, just do 1 heavy leg workout a week. Otherwise, if you still like enjoy like a bit bigger legs like I do, just train them twice a week. For building an aesthetic body, just the workout split I recommend will always be a push-pull leg variation. And what do I mean by variation? I do push-pull legs and then an accessory day, and then I just repeat. So I do not have rest days. I have a lighter accessory day where I train my abdominals and my triceps, and even like forearms and neck and traps. I train them all on the lighter day with the smaller muscle groups. And push-pull legs are like the bigger muscle groups, which are a bit more intense workouts. You're going to train for 1 to 2 hours long. Definitely don't go shorter than 1 hour, and try to not go longer than 2 hours. So this is for the real dedicated gym bros. I used to train like 3.5, 4 hour workouts, and that is way too much. Train 2 hours maximum. That is already like too much, but you still get like some extra fun in the gym. But if you are training like 3 hours long, it is just cortisol max. In a workout, train a muscle group at least twice. So we have a push day, and I only do chest and shoulders, but let's say you do chest, shoulders, triceps. You do 6 exercises in total at least. So for your chest, you do 2 different exercises. So the bench press and the flies. For the triceps, you do the tricep push down and the screw crushers. For your shoulders, you do the upright rows and the cable lateral raises. And then you also add in something for your rear delts, which is a thing that a lot of people skip out on. Don't skip rear delts. People say that with just training your back, your rear delts get activated enough, and I disagree. They will get activated and stimulated to some point if you want like kept shoulders from the side. What you need is to do like a rear delt reverse fly. For every exercise, do at least 3 sets and not more than 4 sets. So 3 to 4 sets per exercise in the 8 to 12 rep range zone. For your neck, for your calves, maybe skip out the 8 and go more like 10 to 14. But you get the point. Usually you should stick at around 8 reps. I think 12 is already a bit too much in my opinion. 12 go for the smaller muscle groups, go for about 12. And for the bigger muscle groups, so just for your chest, so bench press, pull down, squats, go for about 8 reps. Could be 7, could be 9. This is Golden Dust, progressive overloads. Always download a workout tracking app. I will put one on screen right now. It's free, I'm not sponsored, it's just the best app I know. I have a workout tracking app so that every single week you can easily just add a little bit of weight or a rep opposed to the previous time you train it. So every single time you're challenging your muscles a bit more, you're putting a bit more mechanical tension on your biceps, on your chest, because that will keep giving our chest or our biceps or whatever muscle group it is reasons to keep growing. Golden rules to eat in a slight caloric surplus and to only eat healthy foods, and this is where a lot of people get lost because a lot of people cannot go cold turkey and cut out all of the junk food. If you want like a decent normal physique, sure, you can still eat your potato chips like once a week. If you want real extreme results like me, you need to cut it all out. Eat as healthy as possible. Don't eat any sugar, any processed foods, but also don't eat any gluten or dairy. And this is where people will freak out, dairy. I freaked out a few weeks because I just switched up a few weeks ago. I can really see the difference. I'm getting stronger in the gym I used to go strong like this, and now I'm stronger like this. So it is going a bit faster in my progress right now. The only thing I did is cutting out gluten. So gluten, just think about pasta. Pasta, like whole grain pasta, is regarded as something healthy, but I disagree now. I say, you know what? Cut out all the pasta, cut out dairy. Have your whey protein powder, sure, for after your workouts, but that's the only form of dairy you have. If you can get like extremely raw dairy, like good dairy, sure, but I just cannot get a grasp on it as a young teenager who does not have like hundreds of thousands of dollars to spend on my nutrition. If you have like a local farmer with extremely high quality dairy, they sure have like your milk, your quark, but from the supermarket it's just chemical shit. And since you want it to be aesthetic, you should know that gluten and dairy both ruin like the face aesthetics. You can still kind of see it right now. I have a lot of acne from the past. And all these acne, it used to be like 3 times worse a month ago. And it is just because I cut out the dairy. Because I was not eating any sugar or junk food back then. I was eating really healthy. Only I was eating gluten and dairy. In dairy is the lactose, which also causes inflammation in your body. And you can see the difference. I'm literally clearing up so fast right now. Recovery is a bit overrated. The only thing you should understand is go to sleep at the same time every single day and wake up every single day at the same time. Just because of the routine, I will make a video not in the future. Routine is so important just for your business, for your mental health. But for sleep, bro, if you get 7 hours of sleep a night, you're fine. So I slept about 6 hours for the last 4 days. My body just wakes up after 6 hours and I'm not sore. My muscles feel pretty well. I do not even have like big eye bags or something. If your body just says, hey, it's enough sleep right now, just go out of bed, bro. It is not the, oh, if I don't sleep 8 hours, I'm bad. More is better, so 10 hours of sleep, bro. I could never lay in bed for 10 hours. Just try to have at least 7 hours. So aim for 8.5 to 9 hours in bed, which means you will sleep about 8 hours, about 5 sleep cycles. A sleep cycle is 1.5 hour long. So ideally you should have a 7.5 hour sleep periods. And because you will wake up in the middle, you should add like 1 hour to be sure. So 8.3 to even 9 hours in bed. And the main thing about recovery is just having the right training routine. Do not strain your muscle group too often off each other. So you do bench press on Monday and then again on Wednesday. That's a bit too quick. Wait for like 3, maybe even 4 days before you hit the same muscle again. Aside from calves and side delts, if you want an aesthetic body, the body fat percentage you need to be on is 8 to 10%, which is low. So we are lean bulking right now, as I told you, because you're going to eat in a slight caloric surplus. So you're going to add a little bit of weights every single month, like a few hundred grams up to a kg every single month. This also will mean that you add a little bit of fat, like almost nothing, but yes, over time, token over 2 years, you will have maybe 2% higher body fat than when you started. So I would say lean bulk in about the 12 to 14% body fat stage. So you still have good looking abs, you have veins, you still look good, but you just don't have that slight edge. And when you finally decide, hey, I have enough muscle now to actually show off when I cut down, or you have been older than 22 years old, so below the age of 22, never cut down because you are still growing in height, you're developing yourself as a man. Bro, you do not want to restrict your body of calories in this developing stage because your growth plates will soon close and now you're still 5'8". Once you get to that point, you can cut to 8%, have like a bodybuilding show, but this is something for the future. Right now, you should just focus on the essential exercises I gave you. Still train like your legs really hard, do squats, leg extensions, leg curls. For your back, these are not like the only exercise you need to do. These are the bare minimum. This is the minimalistic. This is what you at least should do. So bro, still do a Pentley row for your back. Still do maybe a bicep curl if you want it for your biceps. Do like a third tricep extension machine if you want to do it. Have like another neck exercise. Bro, you can add so much more volume to your body as long as you slowly progress it. Because I could easily train 3.5 to 4 hours in a day. It was just not that great for my business and my social skills and other areas of life. But your body adapts, bro. So don't think, no, Jeff Nippard said only six sets of muscle per workout, and otherwise there's not much muscle growth left. If you see the graph, it goes from this to this. So there's still muscle growth happening. It is just not that efficient anymore. But if you do like 10 extra sets, that's still 30% more muscle growth. Hey, I would take it, bro. 10 extra sets of chest is kind of easy if you spread it out evenly. Just 6 sets of chest in a workout is like way too little, bro. That's just bench press and then you're already done. You still need to do your flies, your dips, maybe an incline chest press machine. So you could do it still in 2-hour workouts, but get an extra 50% muscle growth that others will leave out on. Just remember the aesthetic muscle groups, remember the exercise you need to do, focus on only eating healthy, a lot of protein still, checking in the macros, but eating also for the micronutrients so that you overall will look more aesthetic. So your face will look more attractive, you get a bit denser eyebrows, your bone density gets better. And then just cut down once you are at the right stage and you will have your perfect body in less than 3 years of training. This was a good video, but if you want a more detailed version of this, check out the link in the description. In my school community, I work with you one-on-one on the specific little details to improve your fitness journey. So this is a more basic guides, and in my school community, I go really, really in depth. I tell you which seeds to avoid. I tell you how much exact grams of this food you need for the best muscle protein synthesis. So if you want personal help from me and help out my family business, click the link in the description and I will see you in there.